morning to one and all. Today's class is related to this circuit grouting. Normally, grouting means artificially we are utilizing some quantities of binding materials, and those binding materials we have to utilize with the help of this pressure and high pumps, so that those grouting material will be helps us by giving or providing a shield to the structure. In case of here circuit grouting, we are observing based upon the principle of grouting from the top downwards. This is the total picture which gives how this circuit grouting will works. First of all, a drill hole is bored to the depth of the bottom zone, and grout is pumped down the grout pile and returned up to the drill hole. So that normally whenever we are having a space in between the two layers, whether they may be horizontal layers or vertical layers, due to the space provided between these layers, there may be a chance of slipping, so that we have to control those chance of slipping by simply providing a small quantities of this resin materials, whether they may be cement resins or any other chemical resins, whatever it may be, we have to provide in between those two layers. Otherwise those layers simply diverges and the total structure will having a chance to bifurcate. So we have to go and control those things by simply injecting this grouted material in between those two layers. A drill hole is bored to a depth of a bottom zone. That means at a particular point where there is a sufficiency to inject a bow, that means normally a pipe. Those point we have to select. From that particular point, the total grouting material we have to pump by the help of these pressures and a normal gauges. And the next one is point grouting. At a point we are injecting the materials, that is the major concept of this point grouting, in a shallow work of 10 to 12 meters deep. 10 to 12 meters means simply 30 to 40 feet depth. 30 to 40 feet means normally a 4-story building deep. Is grout is injected from the points of a driven or jetted lines. They have to utilize these bore holes to pump these grouting materials for the such kind of length of these piles. Here we are having 10 to 12 meters deep. We have to send this grout material, so that we need a high riser pumping equipment to uh, drive those kind of materials, especially grouting materials. In some of the cases they will go for these injections. Injections are delivered at predetermined positions along the line of the drive, and also on the returns in systems where a second reacting grout ingredient is to be placed independently of the initial injection. That means they are completely depending upon these injection materials. Normally injection materials, they will supply direct chemical in between the layers of fracture or a void, so that normally they are preferring these injection groutings, so that in a predetermined positions. That means predetermined means we have know all those lengths, depths and thickness of those void content, so that how much amount of matter should be required to inject the particular hole. All those things we are having to know, and after that we have to inject those values. It is the major phenomena where a second reacting grout ingredients to be placed independently of initial injection. That means in the primary case we have to utilize some quantity of filling. After that a small gap we have to take. In the secondary spell also we have to go for injecting this growth material, so that it is a two-stage process. Point growing is a, in the first stage we are filling up to half of the content of the void. In the second stage we are filling the total content. It is the major difference compared to other processes of groutings. Why? Because here we are using the shallow depths, that means 10 to 12 meters, so that for filling those kind of heights, simply the material will setting takes place at initial times, so that we have to divide the total length of the driven hole into a number of parts. For each part we have to apply a material. After setting we have to go for second, after setting we have to go for third. Likely we have to uh, contribute our grouting material into a number of parts and we have to fill. Next one is electrokinetic injection. Normally electrokinetic injection means some quantities of current is simply passing through this material while we are having a void, so that in the void we are filling some chemical admixtures or mineral admixtures. Those chemical and mineral admixtures are responsible to fill the void, so that to fill those contents of void and to give strength to the void they need some quantity of reaction. Simply here we are giving a direct electrokinetic force, so that those force is responsible to give this charge to the particles, and due to those charge the total reaction takes place and strength may be obtained. Here especially this electrokinetic injection is utilized for silty soils. Stabilization of silty soils may not be possible by chemical or mineral admixtures, so that it perhaps because of lack of confinement of the necessary to avoid distribution, this means disturbance of the ground, so that due to this particle sizes and less bonding between the particles there may be chance of skipping these layers, so that especially for those kind of lands we have to utilize this electrokinetic injection phenomena. In this particular electrokinetic injection phenomena, some of the chemical stabilizers are introduced at the anode. That means anode and cathode, two quantities we are having. Why? Because it is a electrokinetic process. In this electrokinetic process we have to use both these cathodes and anodes, and after the fixing of these cathodes and anodes at cathode we will have to go for some quantities of chemical admixtures. At anode we have to go for another quantities of chemical admixtures. After giving power those chemical admixtures will get some quantity of charge, and due to those charge also there may be reaction takes place by simply bonding them together. A direct current of electrical gradients of the order 50 to 100 volts per meter are required to possess this kind of injections, especially electrokinetic injection. First of all, what we have to know is it is a simply current utilization method, so that in this current utilization method we have to go for utilization of some chemical stabilizers. Those chemical stabilizers we have to kept at both anodes and cathode points. After giving a charge of 50 to 100 volts per meter, those reactions will taking place. Next one is soil fracture grouting. Soil fracture. In some of the soils we have to observe the fractures maybe takes place due to different atmospheric and this environmental phenomena. some root like zones of growth material is formed in the soil mass. Why? Because in the previous years there may be some grow of this vegetative matter takes place. After a few decades the root matter is completely decayed by these microorganisms which were present in the soil, so that due to those decay of all the root matter, the space will be simply stated as, that means the total space will be simply formed as a void in the earth level. So that those voids we have to fill with the help of these growing techniques, and we have to stabilize the earth. Root like zones of growth materials is formed in the soil molds. This is due to because the presence of this greenery. Normally whenever we have to grow a greenery, the granary is must and should responsible to inject the roots into the soil, then only the nutrients and the content of water will be absorbed by these roots, and those roots will be transferred to stem and leaves. So that to transfer nutrients and water, the tree must inject its roots into the soil level. But here also the roots is injected into the soil. After few years and decades the total root mass will be eroded and decomposed into the earth. Due to those conditions we have to observe these root like zones, and a sleeved pipe growing technique is used. Sleeved pipe means after that we are having an diagram. In this diagram we have to observe what is a sleeved pipe growing technique, and uses restoration of vertically of a titled building. Here we have to observe the total root like system, how it possess, and due to those root like system how the fractures will be takes place due to the application of these loads. So that they have to use this pumping system of resins and chemicals with the help of these high pressure pumps, so that it will be taking place in a short span of time. Here also we have to observe in the initial condition there may be some roots which are developed in the soil. Those roots after few decades those roots will be degraded, and there will be a voids in the substructure of the earth, so that those voids we have to fill with the help of these chemical admixtures and mineral admixtures. In the second diagram also, wherever we are having this root content, for that particular root content we have to uh, arrange a special pipe like mechanism. Those pipeline simply carries this chemical matter or resin matter into the void, and those will be stabilized. But what we have to understand is we won't have to utilize some of the harmful chemicals which are utilized in the ground levels. That means whenever there is a rainy season, due to those rainy season also there may be a chance of pollution of groundwater due to these conditions. So simply we have to go for normal methods of ground improvement. If we are going for artificial, automatically we have to go for a large plan, that means a large time to recover the earth. Next one is grouting arrangement with the in the form of curtain groutings. Here the total earth they have to uh, understand, that means they have to observe. After the observance is over, in which places they are having this content of voids, according to that points they have to fix these pipeline systems. After the fixing is over, they have to go for injecting these grouting materials. First of all they are utilizing this curtain grouting, that means the total procedure is in the, that means the total arrangement is in the form of a curtain, so that it having a name of a curtain grouting. Totally three grounded holes are there Those are simply parallel to each other. Those grounded holes are responsible to take these materials and injecting into these void contents, primary, secondary, and tertiary. That means in the three cases we are having. First one is primary, second one is secondary, third one is tertiary. In those three cases, they want to finish the total earthwork. Some current, that means grout holes also there. Some grouted zone between the grout holes. All those are mentioned here. And second process of this grouting is a blanket grouting. Means blanket means normally in our household purpose we are using these blankets for cleaning purpose. Here also they are having some blanket grouting. In this particular blanket housing also there may be some primary, secondary, and tertiary layers. Those are arranged in a sequential manner: primary, tertiary, secondary, and other things. P means primary, S means secondary, and T means tertiary. Due to those arrangement also they are having a chance to fill the void. Means in the first case what quantities of voids we have to fill, in the second case what kind of voids we have to go for, and in the third case what quantities of voids we have to go for. According to the content of voids they have to fix these planes. After the fixing is over they have to go for this injection of material. And the next one is general applications of this coating. In general, how many ways they have to utilize this principle? First of all, for the purpose of seepage control. Normally whenever we are having these agricultural lands, due to seepage the total water will be moving from one land to another land. And in some of the cases also we are having these small ponds in the agricultural fields. Those ponds also responsible to transfer this water from one field to another field. Why? Because due to this seepage phenomena. For making vertical seepage barriers beneath the hydraulic structures, we are utilizing this. And the second one is to stoppage the seepage through these joints of underground structures such as tunnels, linings, and basement walls, etc. Some soil solidification and stabilizations also takes place for stabilization of soil around tunnels and shafts, and for controlling these vibrations. And last one is chemical grouting through these machines which are utilized for the purpose of foundation soil will after the elastic properties of the soil and results in increased rigidity of the base, resulting in decrease of these amplitudes. First of all, for making vertical seepage barriers beneath the hydraulic structures, especially hydraulic structures means in our daily life we are observing these dams, canals, and some water barrages. All those are hydraulic structures. In the hydraulic structures, majorly they are having water as a source, so that to control those water flow from one point to another point they have to go for this ground improvement technique which restrains the movement of water. Simply this is a grouting technique which is restrained the flow of water. Second content is stoppage of seepage through these joints underground structures such as tunnel linings, basement walls, and etc. So that if we are constructing these tunnels, if there is any seepage, automatically if there is any fracture occurring to the tunnel, automatically the water will be flowing continuously, and a lot of water will be wasted. So that whenever we are having these kind of fractures we have to observe at what depth we are having the fracture, and is it possible to excavate the total soil and repair process, or is it necessary, that means is it any cheaper method for arresting those movement of water. So it is a cheaper method, that means this grouting technique is a cheaper method of arresting this flow of water. Next one is soil solidification and stabilization. Normally solidification means the total liquid matter whatever we are having, those liquid matter we need to converting into solid matter by the action of these chemical contents, and some of the stabilizers in the form of these chemicals we have to utilize. Those two solidification techniques and stabilization techniques will arrest the movement of water into the structure. And the next one is for stabilization of this soil around tunnels and shafts they are utilizing. That means a shaft means in hydraulic structure, especially to generate power by utilizing this water, those are having this shaft like phenomena. It means in the hydraulic structures we have to observe some of the hydraulic structures having a tendency to generate power by the help of this stagnant water, so that in those conditions also there may be chance. Next one is the vibration control. Whenever we are having a movement of water from one point to another point, due to this force there may be a chance of getting vibration. Due to those vibrations also we have to observe some of the structures are simply falling, and the chemical grouting through this machine foundation soil will after the elastic properties of the soil and results in increase the rigidity of the base, which results in a decrease of amplitudes. So all those are the general principles of this grouting technique. First of all, we have to observe some seepage control. Here there will be some earth dam, so that in the earth dam we are having a core at the center. On one hand we are having this stagnant of water, so grout curtain, all those things we have to observe: shell, core, grout curtain, alluvium, fissured rock, sound rock, all those things. But what we have to observe is normally if it is a earth dam, so that the dam having some earthen materials, those are having some seepage properties. Due to those properties also the water will move from one direction to another direction with some quantities of losses. To control those kind of losses they have to utilize this core and alluvium, fissured rocks, sound rocks. In the bottom part there will be no movement of water due to this rocky strata, but in case of top we are having this core, so that the core they have to go for some quantities of stabilizations and these groutings, especially for surface works. Here also some remedial cutoff. Earlier we are having only these two layers, after that they are simply giving some quantity of this cover of the cover to the surface of this alluvium, so that the water will not flow through these points, so that the bottom is having rock strata. Above the rock strata we are having this sand on the other one hand, and in the other hand also we are having some materials, so that the water will not move from one direction to another direction. Here also we have to observe the total dam, that earthen dam is there. Earthen dam having different quantities of materials. On the top means top we are having armor stone. In the shell of the soil they are having different quantities of materials. Those are the shell of the soil, and in between the shells they are having some clay core well. Why? Because if we are constructing with the total quantity of soil, the project will be giving more economy. To decrease the economy, they have to go for this filling with this clay content, and top surface they have to go for this arrangement of rocks. In the below also we are having a blanket grouting and a deep grout curtain, so that those grout curtains will not allow this content of water flow. Here also we have to observe some soil solidifications and stabilizations. On the top part we are having a grouted area, stabilization of the crown tunnel. Normally tunnels are utilized for the purpose of transferring water from dams to industries or any other utilities, so that if there is no proper lining to the tunnel, automatically there will be some block is and seep is and failure will be takes place. To control those things, they have to go for some quantities of linings. Those linings are simply constructed with the help of these grouting techniques by high pressure grouting mechanisms. Stabilization of the crown tunnel with some chemical grouts they are utilizing. And here also we are having a retaining wall on the below of retaining wall, so that they are having some loose soil, so those soil also responsible to transfer water from one side to another side. To control the flow of water from one side to another side, they need to block those content with the help of this grouting material. On the first stage, simply they have removed the total content of material. In the second stage, they filled that that means the filled that void into these concrete materials, which will be responsible for avoiding this flow of water. Here also we are having some terminologies. Component backfill, competent backfill. After that we are having loose stratum and film to medium stratum, so that this loose stratum is responsible to carry the content of water, so that in the loose stratum they are going to construct this grouting layer. Here also we have to observe some densified soil is there after that loose soil and dense soil, so that on the above and below we are having totally density soils. In the medium condition we are having some loose soils, so that these loose soils also responsible to flow, that means water flow. To control those, they have to go for the construction of this kind of grouting techniques with the help of some grouting pipes. That means holes are arranged. From the holes they are injecting these grouting pipes. Some of the densified soils are giving, and grout bulbs and densification of loose soils also there. And the second condition, we are having a slab. Below the slab they are having some soil with loose properties, so that for the soil they are giving some slab jacketing phenomena, so that those slab jacketing will arrest the movement of water and giving directly strength without any cracks. Normally if a floor slab is there, so that if any void content below the floor slab, so that due to the application of load there may be some stress strain changing. Due to the stress strain changing, automatically there may be the development of cracks takes place. To arrest those kind of cracks and techniques, we have to go for this floor slab phenomena with some quantities of loose soils and slab jacketing phenomena. Here also we have to observe the total mechanism of this reinforcement. A crane is there. The crane is simply giving some quantities of boreholes. After the boreholes is over, they are simply injecting the grouting material into the structure. Why? Because below the particular grouting technique, they were having some tunnels, so that artificially they are strengthening the tunnel without any losses. Settlement with grouting, they are injecting the quantity of grouting material with the help of this large scale equipment. Here also we have to observe some soil settles down due to the action of this flow of matter and less quantities of bonding phenomena. Due to those, soil settles down and gravity or sinkhole takes place. We are simply constructing those contents with the help of these grout fillings in the cavities. On the first diagram and second diagram, you have to observe. On the first diagram, there will be no grouting methods. In the second diagram, we are having a scratched portion. Those scratched portion is completely responsible for filling this grouted material into the void content. After that, we are having this tunnel is there. By the help of this jet grouting, we are artificially strengthening the tunnel head. It means the tunnel is responsible to carry the water, but at the starting stage of the tunnel, the total water will have to move into the tunnel in a simple way. Otherwise, the water will forcefully striking the outermost surface of the tunnel, and the total uh, quantity of matter will blocks the tunnel head. To control those kind of things, simply they are going for this jet grouting. Here also they are having some jet grouting with the help of tunnels stabilization from ground surfaces. Here also they are having some shaft in the middle of the particular diagram. On the two hands we are having jet grouted columns, so that normally shaft is utilized in the purpose of giving, that means producing electricity in dams and other structures, so that at that particular spaces they have to go for these jet grouted columns. Simply those columns will arrest the content of water which is allowing into the shaft. Is also another mechanism which is some completely a complex mechanism which is used to observe the scratched portion. The total scratched portion is a grouted mechanism, that means grouting area. The remaining is normal area. Here also we have to observe the tunnel is having, on the surroundings of the tunnel we are constructing this grouting mechanism. Those also it is a simply clay cement grout. Normally in the cement we are utilizing with the help of sand, but they are using cement with the help of clay, and they are grouted on periphery of this particular tunnel. Here also they are having some quantity of structure, that means structure is simply felling, that means simply swaying in one direction. To control the sway of a structure, they have to go for this kind of grouting techniques below the foundation. We are having a lines. Those lines are simply this grouted pipe, that means grouted portions. Those grouted portions simply giving a support conditions for controlling this sway of a structure. That means tilting and sway both are similarly same. These are the examples of how these grouting mechanisms are utilized in a different fields. In the purpose of building, we have observed. In the purpose of tunnel, outer periphery is constructed with this soil clay cement, we have observed. Here also some complex things also we have observed. Here that is the total stabilization is taking place for the purpose of shaft by the help of these jet grouted columns. Here some jet grouting to the tunnel below the ground level. At the entrance of the tunnel they are using this jet grouting. Okay, all those are different case studies we have to observe. Those case studies are simply giving a much knowledge on these grouting techniques.